Welcome to Wednesday morning's healing class. Just to let you know how the format of this class works. I believe that some gentle movement is really, really important every single morning. And so I like to do just 10 minutes of very, very simple warm-up exercises. And I'm recording this class and it goes onto YouTube. So, when people watch on YouTube, if they don't want to do the exercises, they can just fast forward 10 minutes. However, seeing as you're here at the moment, try to do the exercises as best you can. Obviously, it depends on everybody else's health, level of health, as it were. But if you can do the exercises, I think it's a very useful thing just to get the chi moving in your body. So this idea of energy deep inside, and we're trying to get this energy moving around the body. So the exercises are very simple, nothing complex at all. All we need to do is just to turn from the waist. So I'll explain why in a moment. But essentially, think about the belly button, think about that as being the core of your body, and we can just test our spine out, just very gently test our spine out by turning and looking back over the shoulder and just seeing if that brings up any pain, any warning signs. Do the same on the other side. And then bit by bit, we can just gently do that again. And as long as everything feels okay in your spine and your hips and your knees, then we can release the body and just allow it to turn from side to side. So we have the shoulders relaxed, the elbows relaxed, and the hands relaxed. And then everything gently turns. And as the spine turns, the shoulders turn. As the shoulders turn, that makes the arms move. The arms swing, open up the palms, let the hands just tap on the side of the body. Okay, so we get this sort of satisfying thump of the hands on the side of the body. Satisfying thump as the forearms strike onto the tummy. Satisfying thump round the back. We're just trying to have the hands strike just onto the small of the back, where the kidneys sit at the lower part. And so we go. Okay, so if you're someone with limited mobility or limited energy, the idea about this class is that we can do it lying down, sitting, or standing. Standing is the preferable way. But again, for these exercises, perhaps you might find that it's easier for you just to sit on a stool or sit on a chair and just move the body very, very gently, just a tiny amount. The key to doing 𝐸𝐸 Qigong, or to doing most Qigong exercises, is that we use our mind to control the body. So the mind moves and then the body responds. So we think to ourselves, turn, and the body turns, turn. You don't have to repeat that to yourself again and again, but the idea is that we have this deep movement that comes from inside. It's not something we're doing. We're not leading with our shoulders, leading with our wrists. It's really the very core of the body turning from side to side. And as the core of the body turns, the rest of the body responds. So the idea is that if you feel compromised, your body's sore, the Western reaction is to not do the exercises. The Western reaction is to lie very still, very quiet, and do nothing. I'm just going to adjust my environment a little bit. You keep going. Something's reflecting there quite a bit. Oh, no, makes no difference. Yes, so in the Western idea, we tend to, for instance, as a good example, if we break a limb, then sometimes it's put into a plaster cast to stop any movement. Whereas in China, when you break a limb, it's just wrapped in a firm bandage, but you're supposed to keep using it, you're supposed to keep moving it. And the idea is that if we keep moving, the chi in our bodies keeps moving. And if we stop moving, the chi in the blood stop moving. And so the idea is that even when you're sick, you should try and do very gentle versions of these exercises. And so for you, that might be just something of standing here and just turning, half an inch either way, 2 inches, just tiny little movements like this. And that's fine. But what we do is we imagine our bodies being capable of doing the whole exercise. So you might only move a tiny turn to the left and a tiny turn to the right, but you imagine your body can turn completely round, can go and look back over the shoulder. So what we'll do now is we'll actually move this exercise up a gear. And what we do is we slow down somewhat, but we stretch further. So you turn more slowly, but you look over your shoulder and use your head and neck as well. So just to say, if you're a beginner in Qigong, or if you haven't done this exercise for a while, it can make you slightly dizzy. And that's because we're still up in our head. We're still thinking about what needs to be done. We're still thinking about what I'm saying and so forth. And what we need to be is down in our belly. We need to have our mind down in our belly as well. Curious concept from Qigong. But the idea is if you can drop your mind down into your belly, then you're inhabiting your body at last and not your mind raging on like the uncaged ape or the crazy monkey or the wild horse. And so we have this idea that just drop the mind down to the belly. So think about your belly button. Think about a space behind it. Think about that space moving from side to side. And as that space moves, you kind of concentrate on that space. And as it moves, your body responds. So we have this idea of being deep inside, staying inside the body. If you find yourself suddenly feeling dizzy, well, of course, sit down or lie down if you need to. But actually, better than that is put your mind into your toes. Just gently squeeze your toes against the ground. Really feel the connection between your big toes and the ground, and the next toe along, perhaps your index toe, middle toe, ring toe, little toe. Squeeze the tips of each toe against the ground one by one and experience that. Really put your mind into that space. See how it feels between the kind of pad of your toe and the floor. Feel the ball of your foot. Gently relax your knees. And as we do all of that, we've brought our attention lower down in the body, as low as it can go. And in theory, that means that all of the excess energy in your head should just move down in the body and you should stop feeling dizzy. So keep the knees softly bent. When we stand at the bus stop, we stand with our legs completely straight. But that unfortunately stops the flow of energy going so cleanly and easily through our knees. So we just gently relax our knees. And then what happens is that we get a nice flow of energy moving from the earth up into our bodies. So this is us connecting with the earth below, chi flowing up through the body. Gently gathering up between the legs and up into the belly. So between your legs, you have a point called Hui Yin. It's an acupuncture point. Hui Yin is quite a vital energy point. It's described as being between your genitalia and your anus. We just imagine lifting there. If you've done yoga before, they talk about Mula Bandha. And so we just gently lift, create a slight tension between the legs. We don't have to do this always, but our intention is just to kind of close the upper part of the body. And to lift up is also to draw energy up from the earth, up the legs, up to this point, and up into our bellies. So it kind of establishes an upward flow in the body towards the belly, and then you can just forget about it. So normally we only do it once, maybe twice during our practice, because the inference is that having done it once, your body remembers. Top of the head pushes up into the blue sky. So you have this nice long straight back. The tailbone gently drops down. Knees bent in this kind of almost sitting posture. When we're like that, the head is connected to the heavens. Heavenly chi is pouring down through the head, pouring down through the chest, pouring down deep into our belly. All right, so let the whole thing slow down. Slow, slow, slow. Lovely. If you do feel out of balance, this next exercise helps. Put your hands into the earth. Lift chi up above your head. Pour the chi down through the top of the head. Imagine you can draw any excess energy out of your head. You draw any excess energy out of your chest, and it comes all the way down, level with your belly button, and gathers there. And then when we release the hands, there's just a natural flow of chi in the legs, like a circuit, electricity circuit. Plug the hands in and lift up. Gently pour down through your body. Draw the chi down deep into your belly. Imagine it all gathering deep inside, and then we relax the hands and the chi pours naturally in the legs. Lift up one more time. So normally 3 times is enough just to bring us back into balance. But if you suddenly find yourself feeling very dizzy, this is the exercise to do. And you can do this exercise 10 times, 20 times. But the only kind of contraindication for this exercise is that if you have low blood pressure, just be very careful with it, because actually, ultimately in China, this exercise is used to lower our blood pressure, a version of it. So it can make your blood pressure really drop, so be very careful with it. If you're not someone with low blood pressure, then you probably find this is a very calming, settling, relaxing kind of idea. Okay, so we have 3 warm-up exercises that we do before our meditation, before our healing. The second one is just a very simple forward and back bend. So the principle behind this is that, first of all, we rotate the spine. Secondly, we forward and back bend the spine. And then the third one is side bend the spine. And I think that spine is such a key aspect to our entire being. And I remember my beautiful old grandma. And if you stood behind her and you said to her, "Grandma," she would actually have to turn her whole body around to listen to you because her spine didn't work anymore. So I think spine is a really important thing to keep us young, keep us healthy. This is why I do these warm-up exercises every day, irrespective of it being class or not. I've been doing these exercises for 35 years now, and I still feel like my spine is in great shape. Okay, so forward and back bends, very simple. So I'm just going to turn sideways, you don't have to turn. Okay, so the point about this is that when we're bending back, we're trying to open the front of the body up. So just lift your hands up, draw them up as we've done before, lift them up into the blue sky. And then just let your knees and hips drift gently forwards and lean from the center of the chest backwards. And then stretch up to the blue sky, gently back. Just take it easy. Up and gently back. Up and gently back. Okay, so for the forward bends, we just have the arms up in the air beside our ears. Note that it's beside the ears, not squeezed up against the ears, just beside the ears. And what we do is we bend the nape of our neck first. Just take the arms over, and the ears are kind of coordinated with the arms. So we can just feel that that's bent, the nape of the neck. And then we start bending into the upper back, then we start bending into the middle back, then we start bending into the lower back. And just see what your back can accommodate today. Just go as far as you feel comfortable. Keep your knees bent, so that can just let the body hang down as far as it feels comfortable in a pike bend. The last thing is that we tend to hold our head up quite a bit, to see what's going on or whatever. But try and relax your head down so the top of the head is almost pointing directly to the floor, if you can manage that. So we have a little exercise when we get down here. Imagine your foot split into 4 pieces. So the first line is in between your toes. So between the tips of the toes. Imagine a line between the tips of your toes. Let's just gently stretch down towards that line. Then release the bend. Imagine a line that's drawn between the roots of the toes, where the toes come out of the foot. Stretch down, gently stretch towards that line.
and release. You can imagine a line that's drawn between the insteps of the feet. So as you can see, we get gradually deeper with each bend. Just gently stretch down towards that line and release. And then the last line is, of course, between the heels. But if you want to go deeper than that, you can just go as deep as you wish, bending right down. So it's 4 kind of gradual stages of the bend. And then let the arms hang. To bring ourselves standing upright, we just point our tailbone right up into the blue sky, and you feel your legs straighten a little bit. And then you swing your tailbone towards the front of the body and slowly start to wind the spine up. When you're about halfway up, try and bring up the arms and the ears paired together again. Just gives an extra little stretch to the upper back and to the neck. Okay. And then we can gently lean backwards and open the front of the body. Knees and hips sag forwards and then up. Gently backwards and stretch up. Gently backwards and stretch up. Gently backwards. Okay. Hands up in the blue sky. Just coordinating the arms and ears to go over together. And then we go upper back, middle back, lower back, and let the body hang down. So the first line is drawn between the tips of our toes, stretch down towards that line, and then release. Second line is drawn between the insteps, like a ladder, stretch down and release. Third line is between our insteps, stretch down, getting deeper each time and release. Last time is back toward the heels or go as deep as you comfortably can. And then release, let the body hang. Point the tailbone up behind, push the tailbone to the front, roll the spine up and bring up the head and arms and ears as one piece. Gently stretch up into the blue sky. Knees and hips drift forward. You can softly lean back and up, back, stretch up, back and up, back, stretch up. Okay, so you could do this next exercise with your legs straight if you wish. That'll just give an extra stretch up the back of the legs. So you can try doing that. So the arms and ears tip over, upper back, middle back, lower back. Try and keep the legs as straight as you can then. And that'll just give us an extra little hamstring stretch. It gives an extra dynamic to this stretch. Okay, down towards the toes and release. In line with the roots of our toes and release. In line with our insteps and release. In line with our heels, a nice deep bend. And relax and release. Lift the tailbone to point up into the blue sky. Push the tailbone to the front of the body. Start to roll the spine up. Try and pair the arms and the ears so they come up at the same speed. Up, stretch up, blue sky. Knees and hips drift forward. You softly lean back and up, back and up, back. Stretch up, back and up. Hands up in the blue sky. Last time for this exercise then. So nice straight legs if you can manage it. Arms tip over. That takes over the nape of the neck. And then we move into the upper back. We move into the middle back. Then we move into the lower back. Try and keep the legs as straight as you can. Just let the back of the neck be soft and the head hanging down, arms hanging down. Okay, it doesn't matter how low you go, of course. It's just wherever you can get to. And then this line you can imagine between the toes. Just stretch gently down towards that line. And release. The line between the roots of your toes, stretch down to that line. And release. The line between your insteps, stretch gently towards that line. And release. The line between your heels, or as deep as you want. Good. Let the body hang. Lift the tailbone up behind to point upwards. Swing the tailbone to the front and start to assemble the spine vertebra by vertebra. Up, with the arms and ears at one piece. Stretch up, blue sky chi. Okay, let your knees and hips drift forwards. You can gently lean back and up, back, stretch up, back and up, gently back. Okay, good. Draw the hands over the crown of the head and just let the hands come down gently. There's moving energy. So sometimes when we go inverted like that, the energy can gather in your head. So we gently move the energy back down the body, drawing the energy back down into the belly. And then we can do our gathering exercises. Hands go in the earth, we lift up, gather up, chi above. Pour gently down through the body, moving any excess energy from the head, from the chest, goes down into the belly. Then we relax the hands and the chi pours down the legs naturally. Okay, gather, lift up, and pull. Pour down, draw down, sink down, settle down. Whole body's relaxed. So if you don't feel relaxed, if you feel lightheaded still, just keep doing it. It doesn't matter how many times you do it until you feel balanced. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. You should make yourself feel balanced. Okay, so the last little exercise, just some side bends, very simple. Take your right hand, breathe in and lift your right hand up into the blue sky. As you breathe out, you gently go across to the left-hand side. A gentle breath in, stretch to the left. Gentle breath in, stretch left. Gentle breath in, stretching left. Gentle breath in and stretch left. So breathe in, take the right hand up. When you breathe out, you swap the hands over. Lift up the left hand, breathe in. Let's go across to the right hand side. So you can feel the whole left of the body kind of arcing open. Take a breath in, stretch right. Breathe in, stretching right. Breathe in, stretch right. One more time. And stretch right. Okay, so lift up the left hand. Exhale, swap hands over. Lift up the right hand, breathe in. Exhale to the left. Feel the right side of the body just stretch and open. Gentle breath in and stretch. Gentle breath in, stretch. Gentle breath in and stretch. Lift up, breathe in. Exhale, swap over. Breathe in and exhale. Gentle breath in. Exhale right. Breathe in. Gentle stretch. Breathe in. Stretch right. Breathe in and stretch. Very good. Draw both hands up in the air as you breathe in. And then when you breathe out, just let the hands drift down. That's gather chi. Lift chi up. Pour chi down. Draw the chi down into your belly. Settle all the energy deep inside the core of you. Lift up and gather. And pour gently down. So I find 3 is normally enough, but if you find you need to do more, just keep going. Bringing back balance, sorting and settling and relaxing, but bringing everything back into the core, into our belly. And then we let the hands relax. This last time, let's just bring our hands onto the belly itself. So just gently pouring down,
imagine this energy moving from the head, and the excess energy moves down to the chest and then moves all the way down to the belly. And then we just land one hand on top of the other, hands on top of your belly, on top of the belly button. This is called the lower energy field, lower dantian, the lower. It translates in all sorts of weird ways. The lower altar, the lower cinnabar field. It's got all sorts of magnificent names, but it's just where the energy stores behind the belly button, deep in the core of your body. So we're working with this core energy. Just leaving the hands here is enough to bring our attention down to this field of energy. So try and keep the mind inside. Try and keep the mind from straying away. So this is one of the most difficult things about Qigong, is keeping ourselves in our bodies. We have a tendency to just to go shopping, to go planning for the rest of the day, to be thinking about what we can do as soon as the class is over. You hear noises around your house. Is that the dog? Is that the doorbell? So the mind is constantly outside. The mind is like a shopaholic, someone who can't stop spending. Your energy is like a bank balance. We know that the more we save, the better things get, the better life seems. The more we spend, the more we go into debt, the more stress and pressure we're under. And so it's exactly the same with the energy of the body. If you can just keep your mind from wandering all the time, going out to watch TV, to listen to the radio, going out to literally shop just to amuse yourself, whatever it is spending your energy. So what we're doing here is we're reversing that process. We're bringing ourselves back to our body. We're drawing ourselves into the belly. We're staying inside the body and not using the mind. Your mind, across Taoist and Buddhist scriptures, is described as the wild ape, or the crazy monkey, or the untamed horse. Lots of ideas like that, running wild, essentially. And so now we're bringing some sort of control to the mind. We're trying to keep it inside the body. When we're physically inside our body, we're not using our mind. We're not spending the energy. When we're standing in the standing posture, let's just go over the details again. Knees gently bent, tailbone gently sitting down, top of the head gently stretching up. My straight spine lets the qi flow really well. Gently bent knees lets the qi flow from the earth. Head connected to the heavens, qi pouring down. Feet connected to the earth, qi surging up. We have all this qi gathering deep in the belly. Maybe we have to even go a step further back and say, what is qi? Why should you believe in this qi? I think it's fascinating that for hundreds of years we've been trying to figure out what animates life. They've been working with putting together all the gases of the universe and firing lightning into the environment to see if it can create life. All these kind of ideas, but unfortunately they're missing the vital component, and that's qi, the thing that when we're born arrives and when we die disappears. It's this energy. It's so self-evident, and it's funny, if you look at the Chinese language, the word qi appears in all sorts of things, in sort of cooking, in fuel, in petrol, in buses. Gong Gong Chi Che, I think, is a bus. You get this kind of idea of, chi inside this, making this whole thing go, taking the people along. I love that idea. And so for our Chinese, the chi is the most obvious thing. For us, it's not as obvious. We don't really think about it. So we're being asked to think about it today. Think about conserving this vital energy inside our body. If we take up the best standing stance, your body can harvest, it naturally harvests chi from the environment around you. Even if we're sitting, just quietening our mind is enough. We settle the mind and keep it inside the body and try to stop thinking. So first of all, what we're going to do is we'll look at this idea of try to stop thinking in a moment. But first of all, we're just going to run through Dr. Pang's 8 phrases. It sounds like a prescription, doesn't it? But it is, in fact. That's exactly what it is, written by Dr. Pang, who was the founder of 𝐸𝐞𝐥𝐟-𝐡𝐞𝐚. Dr. Pang still living in Beijing in his 80s. But he wrote this Chinese poem. It's a standard Chinese poemic form. It has 8 lines, on each line 4 characters. And in it is the entire function, the entire rule set for 𝐸𝐸-𝐞𝐥𝐟. So, first of all, I'm going to sing it for you. In Chinese, to sing it, they repeat the last line 3 times, and so you get 10 phrases rather than 8, but it's the same line repeated 3 times. I'm going to sing it for you, then I'll translate it for you. So it goes like this. 头天彻地，人从一场，外极人极，心中毛。欲念不去，成就太空，真与交集，就生融融，就生融融，就生融。This last line that we repeat 3 times, 就生融融, it means harmonize in the chi field. This is one of Dr. Pang's really fundamental ideas, that everything around us is chi. The whole of the universe is made of chi. Quantum science bears this out. This vast, undifferentiated energy, that when we put our consciousness to it, it starts to change. So this is exactly the same for Dr. Pang. He says the entirety of the universe is filled with Hunyuan Qi, this energy that's undifferentiated. And that by using our consciousness, we can change that from non-being into being. And in this case, we can reverse that from being into non-being. So we can just let our body relax into the chi field around us. Let the body soften and relax. So we see our body as being very structured. I am me and you are you, and there's nothing in between us. But unfortunately, that's a kind of fallacy that the left logical side of our brain has created. The ego is a very modern tool in comparison to the whole of humanoid, what do we call it? Going on, trying to go back Neanderthals and our ancestors beyond that. So ego is really quite a novel thing for us. As a species, we've been around for 2, 3, 5 million years. But in our current state, with this sentient consciousness, 200,000 years. The arrival of ego, it's slowly building for 200,000 years, but I think it's reaching a zenith in Instagram and the likes. Our ego is at a towering height at the moment. And it tells you that you are you and that you are separate from everybody else. But for millions of years, we were just together in the same way that bees are in a hive, one mind working together. Humans were like that for a long time. And now we've developed our egos so strongly that it separates us. So Dr. Pang says, go beyond that. See that this is an illusion. Just allow yourself to dissolve into nature. Connect with all there is. Connect with the vastness of the universe. So the first line of his 8 phrases says, feel this connection from your feet to the earth below. Feel this connection from your head to the heavens above. Go beyond that. Imagine you can expand out into the universe, the vastness of it all. When we do that, the second line says, let your whole body relax, let your mind expand. So there's this idea of the mind kind of being trapped inside the head. But now what we're thinking about is allowing your mind to fill your workspace around you. Imagine just filling the entirety of your room, filling the entirety of your house. Perhaps if you're working outside, you're filling a huge area around you. And then expand beyond that. Imagine expanding across your country. Imagine expanding across your continent. Imagine expanding across the whole world. Eventually, we can imagine this beautiful blue planet in front of us, like a satellite view of the Earth. What about the moon? Imagine the sun. Imagine the planets. Imagine our galaxy, the Milky Way, the vastness of it all, the universe beyond that. Perhaps the universe beyond the universe beyond the universe. Multiverses. Who knows? What an astonishing tool your mind is. It can take you journeying across to the 4 corners of the universe. This is this vast field of undifferentiated chi. This vast resource of energy. Imagine the power of it all. You, simply a momentary speck in time and space, in the vastness of this universe. Isn't it amazing? We feel that our problems are so enormous, so huge, so all-encompassing. And then when you expand out into the universe, you suddenly realize the real nature. There's another aspect to Dr. Pang's theory. He says information is what changes matter from non-being into being, but it can also change it from being into non-being as well. So it depends on the information that our consciousness issues. So what information is your subconscious or conscious giving out today? What stories are you telling yourself? Are you still telling yourself a story that you heard from your father when you were 5 years old? Are you still telling yourself a story from your grandmother? Are you still telling yourself a story from some cruel teacher? Are you still telling yourself a story from some religion, from some doctor? What story are you telling yourself? Something you learned at school, something a colleague gave you, a friend, something your children, something your brothers and sisters, your family gave to you. Something that your national identity gave to you. When I say that your family gave to you, that also means DNA, doesn't it? Because how far down a family line can this information travel? My great-grandmother had this. Someone once said to me, my great-grandmother died of a heart attack. My grandmother died of a heart attack. My mother died of a heart attack. And so I'm going to die of a heart attack. I said, well, the first thing to tell you is that you're a man and those were all women. So that's not true. And then he sort of looked at me and went, okay. That was an interesting moment where he saw that truth and changed that idea in his head. I said, also, nothing ever has to remain the same. Everything can always change. So what stories are you telling yourself? What things have you convinced yourself that need to be let go of now? So when we expand ourselves out into the universe, there's this suggestion that our universe is like a beautiful, great bubble. Everything in our universe is contained inside this beautiful bubble. And the bubble is made of information. So just imagine this information like a vast library at the end of the universe. As you walk through this vast library, books as high as you can see into the distance, books as far as you can see into the distance. Somewhere in there is the book of you. So you walk through the library and you can find your way to this book and you can take this dusty book off a shelf, and inside is the information of you, how you should be, the original blueprint of you. Life's twists and turns have changed us so much from our original idea. The things that have happened have taken us off course. Sometimes we think to ourselves, gosh, when I was young, I had such potential. How did I get here? Everything is right. Nothing is wrong. But here we can imagine this idea of drawing back the blueprint of our bodies. So from the vastness of the end of the universe, the library at the end of the universe, imagine drawing yourself back, bringing back good information for your body. We find our way back into our galaxy, our Milky Way, then we can see the clusters of our beautiful planets, and the moon, and then, the sun, and then the moon, and then our beautiful Earth. And we find our way back to our beautiful Earth, and eventually start looking for our continent, our country, town, city, whatever, wherever you're working, your house, and eventually back into your body. And imagine you can bring this information back into every cell of your body. We can rebuild the DNA information. We can rebuild the stories in our life. Every time we open out to the universe in this way, we can let go of the things we no longer need. Every time We draw back, we bring healing chi from the universe, all the energy that's needed to supply the body, but also we bring back healing information for our lives. So Dr. Pang's 8 phrases has all of this embedded into it. Keeping a quiet mind, letting your body expand. Keeping a quiet mind and drawing this healing chi back inside. I suppose you might say to me, how do I keep a quiet mind? I once developed an idea. I was at the drive-in movies, would you believe? Big fat raindrops started to fall onto the car windscreen. And so in order to see the film, you had to flick the windscreen wipers on. It would go across the screen and clear, so you could continue to watch the movie, and then across the screen. And so I've often thought about that. When the screen of the mind fills up with conversations, with ideas, perhaps you can just gently move them to one side. Just park them. Sometimes important things come up for us when we're meditating, or at least they seem incredibly important. But perhaps you could just make an agreement, just to push them to one side. When I've finished my time, my practice, I'll come back to you, don't worry, I won't forget you. But at the moment, I'm just being quiet. The images in front of my eyes, push them to one side. The ideas in my head, gently move them to one side. Leave yourself in this beautiful, empty place. So we understand that those ideas will crop up again and again. They just pop up and distract you. But that's all right. Gently brush them away. Deep inside your belly is a source of energy. This is the core foundation of our energy. You can just imagine taking your hands from your belly, gently opening out a ball of chi, expanding it, opening it out into the universe. And then you can take this ball back, gather it deep inside. So perhaps we're expanding from something about the size of a football. We open out, we expand to something about the size of a beach ball. Draw the chi deep inside. Open the whole body out into the universe. Expand and open your chi. Contract and draw the energy back into your body. So we have a very simple exercise we do. When we're opening our hands, we say Kai, K-A-I, Chinese for open. But it's much more than Kai, it's much more than open. It's much more, it's like expand out into the universe, out into the vastness, open the whole body, let go. So it's got all these ideas kind of embedded in it, in the way that a Chinese symbol can do. So when we say Kai, we let the whole body dissolve out into the universe. When we say Her, H-U-R-R-R-R, then the energy is coming back into our body, going deep inside. We don't need to know where the energy goes to. We just imagine pouring it into the core of our body, and the body has enough body intelligence to move the energy wherever you require it today. So we're simply opening and saying, whole body open. Then we can gather energy back in, and we say, and then we can imagine this energy penetrates deep into the body. So it gathers deep in the core of your belly, and that energy can circulate anywhere through the body, wherever it's required. You have this beautiful energy gathering. So the only thing left is, do you want to say Kai and her along with me? Or do you want to just gently do that quietly on your own? So sometimes if we're sitting on a bus, you don't want to say Kai her out loud. So you can just think. You don't have to move your hands even. You can just imagine your whole body gently expanding out when you think Kai, or you say Kai inside, or you say Kai very quietly in your throat. And then when you say, you can feel the energy coming back into the center of your body. Sometimes we can do it in complete silence. No sound at all. No movement at all. It just depends what you feel like today. Do you want to say it out loud? Do you want to think it very quietly inside? After a while of doing Kai Her, sometimes you just find you want to go very still. Sometimes you find you really want to be very quiet. And then after a while of this absolute stillness and quiet, sometimes you want to begin Kai Her again. I've got a Dr. Pang meditation I use. I'm happy to share it with you if you email me and ask me. It's just Dr. Pang saying Kai and her. Sometimes I sit with it. Sometimes I say Kai and her for ages. And then I go very quiet and very still. And the recording just continues Kai her. But I find myself in a completely stopped, completely still, completely empty place. And that's where real healing takes place. It's absolutely empty moment. So don't be afraid to stop. Opens us out into the universe. Lets us dissolve the whole body. Lets us dissolve all the problems in our life, all our illnesses, all our worries. Draws healing chi deep inside the body. Every cell benefits. Deep at our DNA level, deep at an atomic level. We feel deep inside this incredible healing, this healing to our stories, this healing to our physicality, this healing to our mind, to our subconscious, Every aspect of the body can heal when we draw this incredible energy inside. Let go, let go. Attract this healing energy deep inside. Draw this healing energy deep inside your body. Allow it to go deep inside your belly. Allow it to percolate through every cell in your body. Fill your body with this healing chi, this abundance of energy deep inside. Now we can focus on the middle energy field. So just imagine an energy field that sits behind your breastbone. So the center of your chest, where your heart is, we have this energy field called middle dantian, the middle energy field. We could just put our hands in front of there for a few moments and do Kai and Her, opening this middle energy field, drawing out. This is to do with all of the organs in our body. This middle energy field controls the energy of your heart, spleen, pancreas, lungs, kidneys, and liver, and the associated small organs. So we can open up just in front of the breastbone in the same way. Kai, open this energy field out. Really feel an expansion in the center of your chest. And then when we bring back the energy, you can imagine something glowing deep inside the center of your chest, like a sun radiating energy. Brings this healing chi deep inside our organs. Imagine your kidneys strong in perfect working order. Imagine your heart working well. The kidneys and the heart, they seem like mother and father in our body. So we have this wonderful power that we bring into our kidneys, this wonderful power we bring into our hearts. Our heart and our kidneys in harmonious working order. It's like mother and father happy in the family. Then the rest of the family is happy. The rest of the family being your lungs, your spleen, pancreas, your liver. So let's just let all of the organs benefit. Open up middle dantian. Allow the organ chi to relax and open. Bring back this deep healing chi inside your chest, radiate it through your chest into every organ in the body. Blood and chi flowing well through the organs. All functions of the organs in perfect working order. All of the organ systems in your body, perfect working order. A few more. Last one. We can just leave our hands in front of the chest for a moment. Just imagine your heart strong, your kidneys strong, your liver strong, your spleen, pancreas strong, your lungs are strong. Everything is working well. All functions of your organs, perfect working order. And then to finish off, the third energy field is inside your head. So we have lower dantian at the belly, middle dantian, center of the chest, and upper dantian sits behind the third eye, between the temples, deep in the core of your brain, round the pineal gland. So we can just take our hands up in front of the head. It doesn't really matter about this one. If you want to have your hands over the top of the head, or at the sides of your head, or in front, whatever happens, doesn't really matter. What we're imagining is just opening the hands and expanding the brain out, expanding the mind out, letting everything open out into the vastness of the universe. And then as we bring the hands back, we gather healing chi deep into the brain, deep into the sensory organs. Kayas open. Bring this healing energy deep inside the head. Brain opens out into the universe. Mind opens out. Sensory organs open. Bring this healing chi deep inside your mind. Imagine your mind is working well. It's sharp. It's clear. All of the functions of your mind, perfect working order. Open out and connect with the vastness of the universe. Bring back healing chi deep inside your brain, filling your brain, making your memory be strong. All of your brain functions are strong. Dissolving all of our sensory organs, your eyes, your ears, nose, throat, letting go, and then bringing back healing energy. We bring the healing energy deep inside our eyes, deep inside our nose, deep inside our throat. Filling the ears with healing energy, filling the skin with healing energy. And then we can just allow the hands to gently drift back down to middle dantian, drawing energy deep into the center of the chest, and then down into lower dantian, and connecting deep in the belly. Let's draw the hands onto the belly for a moment. Just connect these three systems. So we have this acupuncture point between the legs, or yin. We just gently lift up between the legs. That connects into the center of lower dantian, the lower energy field. And then we can connect up through the center of our chest into middle dantian, that energy field. And we can connect up through the center of our throat into our brain. That's to upper dantian. And then right on top of the head is to bai hui. So bai hui and hui yin, both of them lift up. And as they lift up, there's this gentle energy that moves up through the center of the body, connecting up into the blue sky above. The blue sky connecting down into our bodies. Energy from the soles of our feet moving up between the legs, drawing up through the body. The blue sky pouring down through the body. Man and earth and heaven in perfect harmony, deeply connected. And then inside our body, blood and chi flowing well. This abundance of energy deep inside our bodies. All functions of our bodies returning to perfect working order. All functions of our bodies healing right now. All functions of the mind starting to balance out. The stories that control us just dissolving. The stories we tell ourselves just dissolving. The ego mind relaxing and quietly. So feel that lower dantian, this lower energy field, is filled with energy. You could gently rub your hands round it. Just make simple circles round lower dantian. What that does is it brings our mind back into this area, brings our mind back into the belly, really focuses everything into the core of the body, helps to gather energy and bring it back. And then pause and we go back in the opposite direction. And when we go around the other way, it just helps us come back into our physicality, start to regain our physical body. We've been quite open, we've been quite out of the universe. And so it's good to bring the self back deep into the core. This is called closing. And it's really important in our Qigong because sometimes we can really fly in the universe. And it's really important to bring ourselves back into our body. So at its most basic, closing is just that idea. Maybe even just 3 circles one way, 3 circles the other way. But I like to add other aspects to it. So when you stand here, you just feel deep inside your belly, there's this core of energy. Imagine that you can move this energy all the way up the length of your spine and connect it into your brain. From the brain, we can illuminate the brain and the sensory organs, illuminate your neck, illuminate your shoulders and pour the chi down to your fingertips. Illuminate the whole of your spine. Illuminate your ribs like a huge chi hug around your organs. Deep inside the upper dantian where we have, it's called the upper burner, where we have our lungs and our heart, breast or chest. Down to the middle burner where we have our liver, kidneys, spleen, pancreas, and the digestive system. Down into the lower burner where we have our sexual cells and excretory system. All of these, this kind of capsule of the body, blood and chi flowing well, illuminate this part of the body. Illuminate down into your tailbone, illuminate into your hip joints. Illuminate from the hip joints down into the thighs, down to your knee joints, fill your knees with chi, down into your calves, fill your ankles and your Achilles with chi, down into your feet, to the tips of your toes. And then imagine the skin of the soles of your feet, the skin all the way up the back of the body, the skin over the top of the head and down the front of the body. The biggest organ, the skin in perfect working order. Imagine your skin glowing. Imagine your skin working perfectly. And then again, underneath the soles of the feet, up the back of the body, over the top and down the front, we have what's called our Wei Qi layer. The Wei Qi is a protective layer of Qi around your skin. Imagine it can be 2, 3, 5, 10 centimeters thick. This beautiful glow of chi around the body that protects you, this wonderful energetic protection. The idea is that the Wei Qi field is a protection against energy that we don't need coming into our lives, protections perhaps against things like viruses and bacteria. You have this kind of glowing field of qi. Makes you feel protected, well, healthy, happy, safe. Safe is one of the key things. And then finally, we have our qi body. So we imagine that like a meter in front of us, a meter behind us, left and right, up and down, this big qi bubble. You always know when somebody's standing too close to you. Your qi bubble, your qi body kind of suddenly detects someone standing a bit close to you. So this is the qi body. We feel it. We can experience our qi body. When people are looking at us, we suddenly sort of know that they're doing it. This is your qi body. And so this is a vast bubble of qi. It protects you as well, but it also connects you appropriately to the outside world. So if you're someone who's hypersensitive, you need to keep these energy fields strong, your skin strong, the energy of your skin strong, the energy of your Wei Qi strong, the energy of your Qi body strong. And we do that by coming back into this meditation space, building up the energy inside us and using it to generate these force fields. From the core of our body, this vast energy field expands out to fill the qi body, to fill our entire body. We become these vast, strong qi beings, protected, healthy, happy. Happy. Put a big smile on your face. Slowly open your eyes. Just feel this beautiful body, this absolute blessing of a body, this incredible experience that we've been given. We sometimes feel like life is such an uphill battle, but actually we have to love it, enjoy it, have this fantastic time. We might as well enjoy ourselves to the fullest. And being strong and being filled with qi will aid that. So the idea is to try and find this qi space every day. I have one teacher who's a little bit cheeky, and he says, put yourself in the qi state. Well, we've spent an hour working on putting ourselves in the qi state. But when you get to that feeling of kind of soft, relaxed, at one with nature, inside yourself, quiet, that is the qi state. And I ask you to return there whenever you can, and as much as you can. And bit by bit, you can kind of join these moments of qi state together and spend more and more time in your qi state. And so you know how to bring yourself here. In a moment, you can just stop and relax and quieten down. Walk in nature, be in a qi state. Sitting, working, relaxing in a qi state. It's all about staying in this qi place. Okay, so to finish off with, if you feel like you would like to stretch your body out, perhaps you might want to do a little bit of shaking, perhaps you want to kick your legs a little bit, roll your shoulders, anything needs stretching, anything need moving. If you're going to do a forward bend, then do so very carefully, because if we come back up too quickly, you can suddenly feel very, very dizzy. So whatever you feel your body needs, just do it slowly, give yourself a little stretch out, just get the whole body feeling comfortable again. And then we finish off. We bring our feet together. This is the 𝐸𝐴𝐸 Qigong stance. So most of Dr. Pang's exercises are done with the feet together rather than apart, like most of the other Qigong styles. So the first thing we do is we say 𝐸𝐴𝐸. So 𝐸𝐴𝐸 in Chinese means good already. It's like a kind of an okay stamp. Everything is fixed. All the things we've worked on, done. But if you unmute yourself, you're suddenly going to appear on YouTube, which we don't want to do. So I'll know you're saying 𝐸𝐴𝐸 with me. What we do is we put our hands up in the air, I shout 1, 2, and then we say 𝐸𝐴𝐸 in a vigorous fashion. Okay, so bring your hands up. 1, 2, 𝐸𝐴𝐸. 1, 2, 𝐸𝐴𝐸. Everything is good already. 1, 2, 𝐸𝐴𝐸. Lovely. And then to finish, we have a little salute for each other. The right hand comes up, the left hand goes down, and you kind of pull the fingers together, and then you put the thumbs on the end. So it's like a sort of, it's almost like a bit of a yin yang symbol, really, the way the fingers curl together. And then we bring them up in front of the chest. Thank you so much for being here today with me. This recording is going to go up onto YouTube, and then I'm going to put it onto the WhatsApp group. So if you'd like to join the WhatsApp group, you just have to email me or come through my website, quantumqigong.co.uk. I can put you on the WhatsApp group, and then on a Thursday or a Friday, I share various classes online, and this will go up online, and you'll be able to redo the class again. But in the meantime, my YouTube at Jeremy College YouTube, you can find another 166 of these classes. So if you want to do another one right away, just go on YouTube. You can catch some other ones. They all have the same basic idea about working through the body, but I do focus on different things as they come up for me. So each week something else will come in my mind and it'll just become a whole new story. So they're not all identical. They're all quite different. All right. Really nice to see you. Thank you for being here, and have a lovely, beautiful day. Bye.